If you are a Pan-Africanist, somebody that fights for the liberation of the African people, the establishment, the white man, the imperialists will call you a terrorist. I repeat, if you are a Pan-Africanist, somebody that is fighting for the freedom of the black man, the West, the establishment will call you a terrorist. Look at the past. Some of our Pan-African leaders were tagged terrorists and they were killed. Look at Ibrahim Traore. Now, the same thing is happening to Nnamdi Kanu in Nigeria today. He is going through prosecution and persecution because he stood up against the establishment and said, I want Biafra. I want to be free from the chain of the colonial masters. That is his crime. Now, we know that he is in court today to face trials for treason, for terrorism-related activities. Now, IPOB legal team challenges legality of Nnamdi Kanu's trial, cites jurisdictional legal violations. Now, you took somebody illegally from another country. You went against international law. You seized that person and you want to still try that person in your court of law, of justice. You want to bring justice on that person. You took somebody illegally from a country. You kidnapped or you seized somebody from a country without following the due process. And you brought that person into your country and want to try that person through the court, through the judicial system. That says a lot about our judiciary. Now, the legal team representing Nnamdi Kanu has raised fresh objections to the ongoing trial of the indigenous people of Biafra leader, insisting that the proceedings lack legal merit and contravene both Nigerian and international law. In a statement signed by Onyekachi Fedi on behalf of IPOB's Directorate of Legal Affairs and Global Public Communication, the group argued that the current trial being held before Justice Omotosho at the Federal High Court in Abuja is fatally flawed by procedural and jurisdictional infractions that, in their view, it is rendered unconstitutional. What does it mean? You cannot commit a crime and you, the criminal, want to become a judge of another person. You cannot go against a law, international law, and you want to claim that you want to render justice again. Nigerian government under Buhari and Malami, they went against international law, went into Kenya and took this man from Kenya without following the due process. And you still want to try that person under which justice system? No sane justice system will carry out that trial. Despite the fact that he won them at the court, there was a court judgment that said, release this guy and even pay damages. Another court judgment. Yet, the government is still continuing in that illegality according to the IPOB. According to the statement, Section 76, Subsection 1 of the Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act 2002 stipulates that a person may not be tried for a terrorism-related offense unless such an offense has been evaluated and recognized in the country from which the individual was extradited. The question is, was Nnamdi Kanu extradited? Let's continue. The IPOB legal team asserts that no such legal process occurred in Kenya prior to Kanu's transfer to Nigeria, thereby questioning the jurisdiction of any Nigerian court to hear the case. The team also invoked the principle of specialty, a doctrine in international law which limits prosecution to charges explicitly stated in a law extradition request. They maintain that Kanu was not formally extradited from Kenya and alleged that his transfer to Nigeria did not follow due process under international legal frameworks. Additionally, the IPOB Council cited Section 45 of the Federal High Court Act. He's quoting the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, okay, which states that terrorism-related cases should be tried in the jurisdiction where the alleged offense occurred or where its consequences were felt. The group contends that the acts attributed to Kanu took place outside Nigeria. That's the argument. Now, you said this guy committed an offense. So many ways during the court sessions, they wanted to link the activities of Simon Ekpa and some people that carried out attacks or whatever, some people who claim to be IPB members, they wanted to link it to Nnamdi Kanu so that they can say the consequence of his actions in the abroad. We can try according to that. That's what the current APC government is trying to do, to link Nnamdi Kanu to the consequence that happened in Nigeria. I don't know whether I got it. Terrorism-related cases should be tried in the jurisdiction where the alleged offense occurred. He was accused of inciting public. It occurred in the UK. Okay, that is the allegation. Occurred, or where its consequences were felt. Now, what the Nigerian government wants to do is that they want to connect what happened in Nigeria to what Nnamdi Kanu said. Now, the group contends that the acts attributed to Kanu took place outside Nigeria, notably in the United Kingdom and Kenya, challenging the choice of Abuja as the venue for the trial. So this guy should be tried in wherever country you believe that he committed such crimes. He has been in UK for a very long time, and they never deemed him, UK, which is an ally of Nigeria, which is the grandfather of or foster father of Nigeria. It would have been easy for them to try him there, but they know that there are some laws, there are some things that these guys will use against the Nigerian government that will not be easy for them to try him in the UK. But yet they did not do so until he stepped foot in Kenya, and they did what they did. They snatched him or they kidnapped him, whatever word you want to use that suits you. So the acts attributed to Kanu took place outside Nigeria, notably in the United Kingdom and Kenya, challenging the choice of Abuja as the venue of the trial. While reiterating their respect for the judiciary, the statement emphasized that Kanu's presence in court should not be construed as acceptance of the court's jurisdiction or legitimacy of the charges. The group called on the Nigerian government to end what they described as a legally unsustainable process. The statement concluded with a call for the federal government to reconsider its position and halt the trial, because this whole process looks like you're not supposed to be trying this guy in Nigeria. It's either Kenya or the United Kingdom. Okay, the group called on the Nigerian government to end what they described as a legally unsustainable process. The statement concluded with a call for the federal government to reconsider its position and hold the trial, warning that the case could have a broader consequence in the area of international law and public opinion. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is currently facing charges related to terrorism, incitement, and other allegations brought by the federal government. His arrest and trial have drawn significant local and international attention, particularly regarding the legal circumstances surrounding Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu appears in court today, 28 May 2025. Now, the judge said the other time that he wants to conclude the case, that the DSS and co should bring the evidences against Nnamdi Kanu within 6 days, unless he will strike out whatever case. But we are very, very sure, and we know that the people holding Nnamdi Kanu is beyond that judge that is sitting, or Judge Omotosho. The people holding Nnamdi Kanu, they are in Abuja, and they are in different arms of government, sectors of power. We know them, and most of them are beyond the shores of Nigeria. We have said it, I've said it before. If you are hoping on anybody to rescue you from outside the shores of Nigeria, my brother, it's all about interest. What you are putting on the table, that is what they will use and consider to rescue you. If you are saying, Trump, help us, Trump would do this on Biafra, what would the United States gain? If Nigeria presents what they present, if Biafra present what they present, What would they gain? It is all about selfishness. Geopolitics, understand geopolitics. Don't run with emotions. If you run with emotions, you are going to be losing almost all the time. That is the reality. You see Simon Ekpa, if it were to be an African country, they accosted Simon Ekpa, they would have seized him like they seized Nnamdi Kanu and brought him to Nigeria. They would damn the consequences. Whether Nigeria has a bad name or whatever, they don't care. You know that they have a weak constitution and they can tweak it to their own advantage. Yes, the normal thing that will have happened with Nnamdi Kanu is what is happening with Simon Ekpa. Like the UK should arrest this guy and try the guy, and let's test the justice system of the United Kingdom. But we know that Nigeria, it might be it's very unfortunate that at this point in time, like I said in the beginning, our Pan-Africanists are being persecuted by the West. And the puppets in Africa, the leaders that are puppets in Africa are being used by the West to persecute and prosecute our Pan-Africanists. Just look at Ibrahim Traore. I've talked about Ibrahim Traore a very long time. And I'm asking the question, what is the problem of France and the United States in Burkina Faso? Do they share the same umbilical? Are they the same? A Burkina babe is a Burkina babe. An American is an American. Are they in the same continent? Do they share the same boundary? You left your region, your country, France. You came into Burkina Faso and you are taking their resources to benefit yourself. You put them under slavery. You put them under subjugation. You subjugate them. Poverty. You have been in that country for a very long time. We are not seeing significant progress like the one we see in France. You take other people's resources and better your own country. And these people come out and say, we don't want again. We want to be free. Leave us alone. And you are angry. Who is now the aggressor? Somebody says, the way Nigeria is treating the Igbos, we don't like it. The way things are going on, we don't like it. We don't like it. We cannot remain in this. We have a right not to remain in this union. And the person starts advocating with placard, engaging Nigerian government. Let's dialogue. We cannot remain in this union. I have the right not to want to remain, not to want to associate with this union. But all of a sudden, we hear that hundreds of people were shot down who were just carrying placards. Many of them were made to go through rigorous whatever human rights abuses left, right, center. We heard it and reported in the news. We saw videos and pictures. The normal human rights abuse that happens in an average African country. Like I said, look at Patrice Lumumba, the video where he was captured. They used the imperialists, those people, the West, they used his brothers, his closer friends. They used them against him. That is, when I look at those things there, somebody is fighting for your freedom, but you are the ones that is actively using. You are being used to kill your savior, people that will save you. You are in bondage. You are in a prison. Somebody is coming to bring a key to free you from that prison. Instead, you use the chains and suffocate the person. You use the chains and suffocate the person, and you are still in your chains and you are happy in your chains. That's the problem. That's the problem. The federal government cannot try a Kanu when it has reportedly committed a crime of not following international law. On what basis, on what jurisdiction are they going to try Nnamdi Kanu? That is the question. We don't argue that you have charges against him. But why go on with a case whereby you cannot establish how this guy left where he was and came into Nigeria? He did not follow the due process. That is the argument. So the IPOB are saying that let them stop this. Where they are taking this to, it is going to get a broader a broader consequence. And it's unfortunate that we have leaders in Igbo land. We have people, we have governors, people that are not alive to their heritage as Igbo people or to their responsibilities as elders. Somebody will come and tell me, say, elder, respect elder. Elder day, small children they call vulture, eagle. What is now the use of that elder? Elder, they are there. They cannot influence and direct the path of the younger ones. What is the essence of calling that person an elder? What respect? Respect is earned. Elders, because of their years of experience and their contribution to the society and their sacrifices, they earn respect. But to have elders of today that don't contribute to society, that don't want to make any sacrifice for the betterment of society, instead they are the ones that are making the society worse and bad. Make life unbearable for the younger ones, and they expect in turn that they get respected by the people that they are impoverishing their life. Like I said, Tinubu and co, all they are said, they have nothing to do with governance in Nigeria. They have nothing. Somebody that is almost 80 years is planning for the future of who? If you may ask, whose future is he planning? These old people, they are just gnarl. That's what they call gnarl. Like something is so bad, and in that they are bad, they are just bad. We have young people, Pan-Africanists standing up for the freedom of Africa, but yet it is same Africans that are being used against them because of power, because of what they are going to gain. It's like they use. It's like dog eat dog. Look at Ohanaeze playing politics with Nnamdi Kanu'S release, saying that if Tinubu wants the support of the Southeasterners, Ohanaeze is telling, Tinubu, if you want the support of the Southeasterners, release Mas Nnamdi Kanu. I ask the question, have you asked what the Southeasterners want? Genuinely, if you, Ohanaeze, are Igbos or are Biafrans or whatever you call yourself, of part of the Ohanaeze of the Igbos, can you ask yourself the question, what does an Igbo man genuinely want? And can the Nigerian government provide it? If the Nigerian government cannot provide it at the moment, what should be done? What have we been doing over the years? How possible? Like I said, the problem we are facing is beyond Nigeria. That is why Nigeria cannot give you human rights. Nigeria as it is. Hey, when I tell you that old people don't change, I tell you that old people don't change. You think we are playing? Old people, they continue in their misery, in their wickedness till they die at old age. They don't change. So don't expect all these people there to change what they are doing. They abuse you, they steal from you, they make your life miserable. That is what they are like devil. They come to kill, to steal. That is Nigerian politicians for you. That is what the system has offered. There's biggest US consulate in Lekki Trade Zone. Biggest US consulate. $500 something million is used or is going into that consulate. And what have you? Nigerians are applauding. Hey, we don't get one of the biggest in Africa. Biggest in Africa. What is the use of a consulate closer to the sea, whereby we cannot be able to monitor the movement of these? Who are those that are going to be employed here? People employed here will not have access to a lot of things. We are just selling Nigeria. We are just selling Nigeria just like that. People that in the next 10, 15 years, they will be like vegetable. They are selling the future of young people. Young people are coming out to stand up and fight. The same young people are attacking the same young people. Jail him. Jail him that. Have you seen any revolution that does not go with casualties? Have you seen any revolution in the whole world? The West doesn't want you to be free now. That's why you have your Sunday Igboho and Nnamdi Kanu, you hold them down. You want to be in a country whereby somebody is not satisfied. Different people they are just, things are just going anyhow. A particular tribe claims ownership, the other one saying no, it's me. And you want the country to move forward. The West is happy because Nigeria is a black nation. If they are fighting like this, they will not achieve any development. Look at what Tinubu is borrowing now. Look at what is going on. With all, after remove subsidy, money day. Remove subsidy on education. Remove subsidy on fuel. Remove subsidy on electricity. And other things, remove subsidy. We have extra money. With the extra money, the money not do us. We have our natural resources. So. Companies, they declare trillions of naira. Companies, they declare trillions of naira in the same Nigeria. somebody enter presidency. Now, so in one company does a project from hundreds of billions. The country does a project 1 trillion naira profit and gain because of the person become president. The same country which have abundance of natural resources, abundance of mineral resources, the same country is indebted to other people over 100 trillion naira, 144 trillion naira. The same country. We are going to borrow again. The same country. And somebody is fighting for the liberation of the African people. You are that, you know, one thing, Nigerians don't know what is good governance. They don't know what it's like. That's why if we start having a good leadership, if you have light for 1 year non-stop, some people will see it as strange. You have light, consistent light. Do not blink them once. You have it non-stop for, let's say, 1 month. Some people will be tired of it. Why can't they take the light? Because you have been engineered. They have molded you in a certain way. You're thinking, they have fine-tuned your psychology. World Bank says over 20 million Nigerians have mental problems. World Bank. So you don't know what is good governance. You are not used to good things, Nigerians. That's why you feel at least bad things must happen to you. And I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Ohaneze, do not tie Nnamdi's release to what is happening politically. An average Igbo man genuinely wants freedom. Freedom to move, freedom to do business, freedom to use his talent and bless the world. If it can't happen in Nigeria, let them have Biafra. That is what an average, in case you don't know, I'm just saying, let me tell you what an average Igbo man wants. In case the Ohaneze, these old men, don't know. I know you don't have the mandate of the people. You don't have the support of the people. No Southeast leader have the support of the people. Because they go against the aspirations of their people. Their people want Nnamdi released, but you are against it. And how do you have the support of the people? So good luck to those who are against their Pan-Africanists. You may get to a point in time, you may need them, you might not see them again.